Ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the final day of the Legends Showcase here in MSG in New York City. I don't know why I did it like that. I just kind of felt it, you know. Sometimes you just feel a vibe and you go with it. Just like the vibe that Memphis and UCLA give off, you know. Memphis is one of those teams where they just kind of ooze swagger. At least they used to. I don't know about these times in real life, but hey, at least in LSL, I mean, a Sweet 16 appearance is kind of swaggy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then there's UCLA, right? You know, the definition of a blue blood. Most national titles won in the history of college basketball. Haven't won yet though in LSL, but you know, one day it could happen. But I'm not focused on one day. I am focused about this day and what these two teams bring to the table. This Memphis team looks pretty different. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So they lost a few starters. They lost just about every single starter besides Marco Pons, who is now at the point guard spot for them. So he's their only returning starter. But then a couple of high caliber freshmen are now promoted to starter from last year. I'm talking about their big center, Roblox, and then their, I don't even know how to call him. It's like he's a guard, but he plays wing more so. I'm talking about Gojo Wolf. And then they brought in a couple of transfers. They brought in Micah Hendlockton from Marshall. So once again, Coach Akbar utilizing the Marshall pipeline, it seems. I don't know how much longer that'll be a thing, but I guess we'll see. And then he also brought in graduate transfer Aaron Jaramillo from Michigan State. So I think that's a pretty good team for the American. And for the UCLA Bruins, it's pretty similar to Memphis in that regard, where they only brought one starter back. I'm talking about Randy Pitts. That big dude. Well, he's not like big. He's like 6'11", 250, something like that. But he's so skilled. He previously was at McNeese State a couple off seasons ago, and this is now a second season in a UCLA uniform. But they made some moves. They made some moves this offseason, bringing in a huge name from the mid-major ranks, Hawaii grad transfer Harry Ruliadef. Then they also brought in from Oregon DeLeonte Love, and from UConn, yes, this is a real name, LeVar Ball. Yeah, somebody decided to name themselves LeVar Ball. Highly unfortunate, but you know, apparently he's a good player, so I guess we'll see how that turns out. And then at point guard, they actually promote from within. Tommy Kenny is now their starter, and they got a whole bunch of depth with experience. It's actually a pretty old team that UCLA is. Memphis a bit more on the younger side, just because of who they have in reserve. Jordan Reeves is a prominent freshman, like around a mid-4 star, who is going to be a key cog off the bench for the Tigers this year. And then they have some 7'4" behemoth Ty Navarre, but he's like a 3-star. It's going to take a while for him to develop. I think he's just there just to make sure Memphis got some big man depth. I don't know what he'll do though, but you know, at least they have him. But yeah, this game I'm actually kind of excited for, because like I said, Memphis, this team made the Sweet 16 last year, and they're looking to do more. Meanwhile, UCLA made the round of 32 last year, played it kind of close with Creighton, stunned them offensively, but they just couldn't do anything on the offensive end themselves. So I guess we'll see how this turns out. And there's a change in leadership with the UCLA. I actually don't think we got that updated, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to unfortunately revoke the peanut butter cracker privileges from our graphics team. So you know, it is what it is. But at the very least, we are ready to get this game started and underway. From MSG, like I said, this should be a good one. It's kind of a slept-on matchup just because both teams are not ranked. As we take a look, Memphis is actually going to be wearing their alternate black unis. They're actually kind of nice looking, I'm not going to lie to y'all. UCLA is going to be in their blues. Starting lineups: Gojo Wolf, Marco Pons in the backcourt for Memphis. Up front, it's Aaron Jaramillo, Roblox, and Micah Hendlockton. UCLA's backcourt features Tommy Kenny, DeLeonte Love. For them up front, Harry Ruliadef, Randy Pitts, and LeVar Ball. And Today will be the final time that we see the showcase court. We got used to seeing it for a good week or so. But on the shelf it goes after this. Tip-off is going to go Memphis' way. Roblox wins it. And here we go. Marco Pons, now the one running the offense for Memphis, taking over for the Bob Cousy Award winner from last year, CJ Parker, who is now on to bigger and better things in the LBA. But Memphis seemingly taking more of a slower approach to things. That's a good jumper right there. Looked like that was hand locked in. But they want to couple that with this. With this full court trap defense. They just want to cause havoc for their opponents. Rulia turns it over as he tried to force that one down low. Not the way you want to start out your career at the power level, even if it is for just one season. Wolf trying to drive in. It bounces just out. He tried to fight through that contact. He's now a sophomore. Now here's Love over to Kenny at the top of the key. There's some optimism from UCLA this year. Love, corner three, bang. It's a way to start it off for the Bruins. The UCLA could be in a really nice position, I think, this year for the Pac-12. I look at them personally as one of the 4 best teams in the conference. Goodness gracious, Yams by hand locked in. Oh, and a strip. Oh, but that's a big block by Kenny. You see, that's the thing with Memphis, man. They're going to pick your pockets like no tomorrow. Memphis plays like they're actively trying to survive the apocalypse. You know what I mean? Anywho, here's Marco Pons in the corner. Guarded up by Tommy Kenny. Bounce pass inside is deflected and is taken by UCLA. This is a fast UCLA team. Foul drawn and one for DeLeonte Love, the grad transfer from Oregon. Staying within the conference. Not necessarily the most respected move amongst the crowd that you are leaving, but you know, sometimes you feel like a conference rival is the best place for you. You know, this is one of those situations. It's got 6 points, and UCLA has 6 points. So, you know, so far he's their entire offense. Now UCLA trying to do the same thing that Memphis was doing to them before. But Memphis handled it pretty well. And quick mid-range jumper right there goes. I believe that is Aaron Jaramillo, the former Spartan from Michigan State. And once again, this pressured by Memphis, just trying to completely throw off this Bruins team. Here's Pitts over to Rulia. Now here's Love, causing a whole lot of havoc and draws the foul on Roblox. And that's a second foul. I didn't even realize Roblox was the one that committed the first one on him. That's an issue. So now in the game enters Bucknell graduate transfer Noah Williamson, and we know what Bucknell did in the previous tournament. Didn't realize we dropped frames. Hopefully that was before anything happened on the court. Good first free throw by Love. Like I said, for UCLA, I see them as a top 4 Pac-12 team at least. I guess you could say top 5 if you want to put Cal a little bit higher above them, or even Washington. I think the top 6 for the Pac-12 is pretty dang good, honestly. And they're going to be slept on just because they're going to have to beat each other up. That's a wild 2-point shot. Nope. Good board by Williamson, though, and that's a strong take to flush that one down. But yeah, top team is absolutely Oregon. Nobody holds a candlelight to them. Oh, that's a strip on Randy Pitts. He's got to be more careful going forward. Pons over to Williamson. That hook shot doesn't go. This is just too much traffic down low. But yeah, Oregon is like my number 1. Oh, Randy Pitts is now going to the line, and that's a foul on hand locked in. UCLA putting some pressure on these Memphis bigs. Anyways, I think I have Arizona as the next best team in the Pac-12, and then I think just per my rankings, I have UCLA top 3. But you got to remember there are teams like Washington, USC, Colorado, even Arizona State's pretty good this year. I'm just trying to remember if I'm forgetting anyone. I don't think so. No, not really. Oh, somehow bounces to Williamson. He tries a wild three. Don't know why he attempted that shot. That's not really in his bag. Now Kenny tries a three. That is in his bag, and he hits it. Good take by the now junior, I believe. And Williamson misses that shot, and he tried to get the foul call. Refs aren't budging. Kenny in the corner again. This time he decides to play it out. Gets it back. Little hot potato between him and LeVar Ball. Good jumper. So just to check my sources, yeah, Tommy Kenny is a junior. So is Ryan Shank, the backup center on this Bruins squad. That's a three ball. Bit too much underneath it for Gojo Wolf. UCLA stretching this thing out to a 7-point lead early. Hits with the rhythm jumper, doesn't go. I will say, the Pac-12, I think on a national level, they're going to be a bit scarier. That's a corner three. This time it goes for Wolf. Good take. One thing that I worry about for UCLA is that they don't have any, like, serious height down low. Oh, that's a wide open three. Oh, that's a surprise that Rulia missed that one. That's usually money for him. But, oh, I just noticed that I still had that bum-ass music playing in the background. Apologize. I believe UCLA could get themselves to Sweet 16. Things work out. Oh, and one for Jaramillo. What a take. Taking that through LeVar Ball and off the glass and in. That's a composed shot. But, yeah, I mean, but projections are like round of 32-ish for this Bruins squad. Something like that. Bounce pass in. Love. They're doing a whole lot of passing. It works out this time, though. Good jumper by Kenny. Now we'll talk about Memphis. Is it finally their time to push for second? Because they were runner-up last year in the conference. Oh, that's taken away. Here come the Bruins. Love trying to work his way in. He definitely does it. That's another and one. And they somehow put that on Gojo Wolf. Interesting decision, personally. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that. Okay then. Bruins look pretty good so far. Anywho, about Memphis. Again, it's all about how the team progresses. I think personally, their ceiling is going to be determined by how they do out of conferences. That's a crazy shot by Williamson. Whoa. You don't see many of those shots go in. That's something. UCLA is getting around that defense. And another foul drawn. And that's another and one. LeVar Ball with the strong finish. And that might be on hand locked in. It is. That's his second. So Memphis is down to playing their backup. How do I say it? Front court. Or maybe moving some pieces around, because you can move Aaron Jaramillo down pretty easily. So it's not Jaramillo and Williamson, and they brought in Jesse Springer. So I think that by default moves Gojo Wolf down to the 3 spot. So Memphis going a little bit small here. Out of inconvenience. I know, but Williamson gets the offensive board. 6 points off the bench in relief of his teammates that are in foul trouble. Oh, that's a strip and steal and a dunk by Pons. Oh, and Kenny's in trouble and he loses it. Pons with another take, and it goes just like that. That is That's like 6 points in a matter of 10 seconds for Memphis. That's outrageous. That's how dangerous this Tiger squad is. They generate so many turnovers. Oh, that's almost turned over. Kenny deep three. Bang! UCLA, though, is shooting the lights out right now. That's why they're in front by 4. Even with all the turnovers that Memphis has been able to force on them. Wolf. That's a deep 2 for Williamson. He gets it. Now, for Memphis, they've got some tough opponents in conference play. And I don't think this team is as strong as the one last year, although they're still good. The last year's team was just special, though. And that take for Ruliadef does not fall either. A little bit of a rough start for the grad transfer from Hawaii. And just noticed we had some more drop rates. Sadly unfortunate. And the equipment's just warming up. That's a poof. Oh, what a block by LeVar Ball on Williamson. Oh, man. Smothered. And Ruliadef trying to do some work. Can't finish that. But this time, finally, he gets his first points as a Bruin on the second chance. Springer, pass inside. Jaramillo, 2-ball. No. That's a good rebound by Pitts. But yeah, Memphis has got Cal on their schedule, Tennessee, Auburn, Syracuse, Indiana, Villanova. That's a good jumper right there by Pitts. They also, oh no, that's about it for their non-conference schedule. Some tests in there. I think it'll really determine how equipped they are to compete nationally. They could get a couple wins. I think personally, majority of those opponents on their schedule are just better. Ah, it's a great pass inside. Good finish by Ruliadef. But there absolutely should be optimism for Memphis. I mean, look. Oh, geez, 73% from the floor for UCLA is wild. Another pass inside. Pons, I think that's a 2. Doesn't go either way. Saw him flop as well. Nothing new for Pons player. Kenny, good pass in. Pitts off the glass and in. This is just beautiful basketball by UCLA right now. 10-point gap between these two now. Even with all the turnovers that Memphis has been able to force. Wolf. He's going to have to play a pivotal role this year that should not be involving turning the ball over. Kenny. Bounce pass. That's a 2-ball for Ruliadef. Cash money. I think surely Memphis calls a timeout here. Indeed. They've been getting drubbed. It's a great shooting performance by UCLA throughout the first near 10 minutes of this ball game. Definitely looking the part in terms of a top team in the Pac-12. I am impressed, though. And just to talk more about Memphis, Houston, I see the American as a little bit weaker, even though in terms of competitive depth they got better. And I mean, I don't know if it says much about them when you got Temple, that's your 4th best team now. I mean, I guess they can be competitive. Problem is that, well, Temple is going to be barely competitive, I think, in terms of like playing the top team. So I don't know what that'll do for them. Anyways, we got changes now, and looks like that big freshman center Ty Navarre is now in the game. So let's see what he's able to do. Passing around, and this is who? I want to say this is Reeves. I'm not sure, though. That's a jumper by Springer. Spins out on him, though. And apologize for the interruption and feed right there. Not sure what happened. Just going to take a look at my screen real quick and just see how that turned out. Anyways, I'll put some moves on screen here. I think that's Patrick Kelly Yeah, we did have a little bit of interruption there. My apologies. That mid-range jumper, no good. Offensive rebound is going to bounce right in. And that right there is Ryan Shank, the junior, backing up Randy Pitts. Memphis hasn't scored in 3.5 minutes. That's outrageous. Corner look. Doesn't go for Browning. Offensive rebound does go finally. Finally it goes, and that is Jordan Reeves. That broke that scoreless run. That's a strip and steal. Once again. Oh, whoa. Okay. Jordan Reeves. He's reminding everybody that white men can jump. Oh, and that's a turnover. An unnecessary one at that. A fast break opportunity, and it goes. Memphis has all of a sudden scored 6 straight in the matter of seconds. That's how dangerous they are. Now some work being done. That's a unfortunate miss right there by Keyshawn Moss, a grad transfer from rival USC. Not like we've seen that before, have we? I stepped away, and this time Memphis is careless with the basketball. Good pass inside, and one. What a dunk. And that right there is Jack Mani. And I believe he grad transferred from, I'm trying to remember. It's one of the UC schools, either UC Davis or UC Irvine. I don't quite remember. That's a take. And that free throw does not go in, though. And good link-up play. Pons, that is a wide-open, deep mid-range. That will go for him, and again, the feed's interrupting him. I don't know what's going on. Good two-ball by Pitts. Great two-ball by him. Afraid to, like, touch anything just in case, like, I disconnect anything. I don't want to do that, so... If it happens, it happens. I apologize. It seems to happen like every few minutes, which is not ideal. That two-pointer is off. Lead, that was Springer. That attempted that one. Ruley Def, another D2, connects. UCLA still shooting above 73%. Above 70%. They're shooting at 73%. But goodness gracious, that's something. Don't know how Memphis is only down by 12 right now. Or no, it's not I don't know how. I do know how. Good mid-range jumper by Jaramillo. He's got 7 in this game. And Kenny's going to roll around that screen. I talked a little bit about Memphis' schedule. I might as well bring up UCLA's. Why not? That's a good take. DeLeonte Love doing work inside. He's still perfect from the floor with 13 points. Goodness. So UCLA has got to play teams like BYU, Florida, Providence, St. John's, and West Virginia out of conference. It's a good layup. Off the glass and in. Man, that's tough. Oh, that's so tough. Because any of those teams can get them. But I think they have the talent level to get any of those teams as UCLA turns it over again. They got double the turnovers that Memphis has. Still lead by 10, though. That's a pass. Off the glass. No go for Gojo. And UCLA kind of sped up a little bit. Slowed down. Mani cannot get that one to fall down. And then, as we know, like with the Pac-12, they play, for whatever reason, it's like 22 conference games. I'm not sure why so many. Mid-range jumper goes. I think that was Springer. Indeed it was. Now it's supposed to be right. Another strip and steal. Springer lays it up and in. This is the dangerous ability that Memphis has. UCLA, in a way, is forced to shoot as well as they have been so far. Love through the contact. No. Here come the Tigers. Here's Pons. On the break, gives it up. Williamson through the contact. No whistle. Gets his own board, though, and slams it down. It's only a 4-point game. Kenny's got to be careful. They are hounds when they surround him. Love, 2-ball, got it. No longer perfect from the floor, but still good numbers in the first half for him. Springer now with the 3, and he hits it. That's a composed take. Springer putting some great minutes in off the bench. Kenny gets it across in time. Now here's Love trying to work his way in, but he loses it. Memphis has forced UCLA to cough it up 10 times already in this game. And it's still the first half, and we got free throws. That's unruly a death. Man. And some more changes here. It's Hadamio and Williamson will head off the floor. LeVar Ball is back in. I'm not sure who is re-entered the game for Memphis, though. It's like Tyna Ver is in. And I think that is Rodolfo Bolas, the Brazilian. He's a grad transfer. I just don't remember from where exactly. It's a 1-point game now. Unreal. We're down with less than a minute before the break. Kenny inside. Pitts will draw the foul as Tyna Ver wrapped him up in an attempt to tackle him. And this is the wrong sport, buddy. You're 7'4". You don't got to do all that. And Bolas, just like that, plays a few seconds, and Jaramillo re-enters the game. Pitts was one of the focal points for this UCLA team last year. It's a good free throw. He looks to be that again for this squad. Good free throws by the senior. And look at this pressure, but Pons will roll around it. And now he's just going to take it straight up. Springer, 2-ball goes. Shot clock is off, but again, be careful around this Memphis team. Kenny will get it off to Love. Love will get past him. Pitts turns it over. Memphis can take the lead into half. Wolf sizing him up. That's a pass. Mid-range shot falls short. Or did it? I don't even know, but it looked like it fell short to me. 3 seconds on the clock. Love with the 3-ball. Got it. What a shot by DeLeonte Love to beat the buzzer. High-octane hoops between these two teams. UCLA and Memphis having a barn burner as offensively they're going crazy. 4-point lead for UCLA as we're about to put another 16 minutes on the clock. And look, and these shooting percentages are just unreal. But of course, what's keeping Memphis in this game is how they've been able to make UCLA turn the ball over. 11 times in the first half, and I don't see how it slows down, because that's just a little bit of how UCLA plays. They play fast and furious, and sometimes they play a little bit too fast for their own good. And then you couple that with Memphis being the how do I say it? The turnover forcing machines. Oh, that's a foul, and 1. Randy Pitts going to the line. And who picked up that foul? It's Roblox. Highly unfortunate. He's barely played in this game. He's already at 3 fouls. Good free throw by Pitts. And UCLA does it to Memphis as they strip him but can't capitalize. Kenny went for a 3-ball or a deep 2, something like that. Couldn't capitalize. Now Jaramillo trying to roll in. That's a pass inside. Off the glass, and it will roll in. Forehand locked in. Kenny in trouble. Will get it off to Pitts. Pitts gets past. Rulia-Def. Love back to Rulia-Def. 3-ball. No go. Man. They'll work this thing down to hand locked, and that 2-ball goes. More pressure on the way from the Tigers. So far handling it okay. They might meet Pitts at half court. They really don't. But Pitts runs through a guy. That's a charge. And like I said, this graphics team, dude, does not get their peanut butter crackers because that's not Kai Ryuga. At least it should not be. Memphis only down by a possession after everything that UCLA has done. That three-pointer is wildly off, but the offensive board will draw them back within 1. Talking as this is like the end of the game, it definitely is not. We have over 14 minutes left until the conclusion of this one, or at least the supposed conclusion. That's a pass. And again, my feed is interrupted, but we got to see Kenny unleash a deep 2-ball. Not know why that is happening. Really do not. Hans gets the screen, rolls her around. That's a dunk. Inspired by Derrick Rose, eh? Pass in. That's a wild 2-ball unleashed by Ball. Of course, it doesn't hit. And Memphis with another take to reclaim the lead. Screen set once again, going around it. Foul drawn. Almost goes down. That's Ball picking it up. I don't know if that's his first, though. I don't think it is. Don't remember now. Aramia at the line could give Memphis the lead here. Misses the first one. So, well, all he can do now is just tie the game here. The early goings of the second half. And he doesn't. He whiffs on both. UCLA getting very fortunate there. Top of the key, Rulia-Def into Pitts. The 2-ball doesn't go. Pons. Again, the new point man. Looking to, how do I say it, motivate this team, and now he gets to the free throw line. That's on LeVar Ball, too. That's his either second or third. And he's a much better free throw shooter than Jaramillo, so I do expect him to make at least one of these. First one goes. We're tied. It's been a pretty good game so far. I cannot lie to y'all. And there it is. Memphis leads. Been on a run as of late. Bruins got to find a way to snap it. Rulia-Def at the SeatGeek logo. Kenny. They work it over to Ball. 2-ball way off. Love with the board, and he draws the foul on Wolf. So UCLA getting some free throws back. $18 points. Believe that is a game high amongst everyone. Now 19 as we're tied again. Love is going to get both. So UCLA quickly retakes that lead. Hans gets it, and UCLA is trying to make Memphis cough the ball up, but unsuccessful there. Pass inside. Jaramillo working his way in. Falls short on that attempt as he stepped his way through the paint. Bruins. That's a great feed. Randy Pitts catches Roblox frozen as he tried to steal that ball, and there was nothing but blue paint right in front of him. That's a pass. Jaramillo. 2-ball doesn't go. Bruins on the break again. They love to run. Love gets slowed down, though, and so does the offense. Pass inside is tipped away. Still with UCLA. That is a wild pass, and Memphis is on it. There's Jaramillo at the other SeatGeek logo. Once we get a break in action, I'll tell you more about why we have those there. Wolf draws the foul, and he's getting free throws. That's on Kenny, his first. So, even though he's been inactive for quite a bit in terms of action, we know how absolutely goated our NCAAF league is for college football. My good friend and the best to ever do it, Reagan, runs that. And for a good while, he's had this like affiliate relationship with SeatGeek, which means we got a little promotion code for you if you want to buy tickets and save a little bit of dough as Pitts unleashes a deep two. No, great rebound by DeLeonte Love, man. He's playing everywhere. So the code is just straight up Legends NCAAF. No periods, no exclamation marks, none of that. Just Legends NCAAF. What this code will do, get you 20% off of your first order of tickets. Man, what a flush by Pons. And again, keyword first purchase. So you do it once on a certain account, you can't use it again. 3-ball Love. No. What a board right there by Rulia Def. And he flushes it. Personally, SeatGeek is the best third-party retailer in terms of buying tickets, as Memphis coughs that one up. I've used it plenty of times. And so, it's very reliable. Good 2-ball right there by LeVar Ball. And for those wondering, no, nobody's holding a gun to my head. Nothing like that. Just explaining the significance of why we have their logo. 2 times over on our court. That's a deep 3 by Jaramillo. Does not connect. So yeah, I hope y'all use it. Good switch up play. Pitts with the 2-ball. And again, this feet just connecting in and out. I'm tempted to just a little bit, but I don't really know how I can do that. We'll roll with it for now. For the most part, it's been stable. That's a good pass in. Easy jumper. At least I thought it was. Pons misses that one somehow. UCLA stretches their lead back up to 7. Pitts with the fadeaway 2-ball. It's off. Less than 10 minutes to go in this game. It's been a good one. One of these teams might hit 100. That's a great pass. Pons off the glass. Somehow gets it above the stretched hand of Kenny. And more pressure. As of late, they've handled it pretty well from what I've seen. Pitts off to Love. Another 3-ball. He gets it. At the edge of that showcase logo is Pons. As they just got to try and keep pace with UCLA. The moves by Jaramillo. That 2-ball goes down. And once again, just staying optimistic with trying to force those turnovers. Oh, but that time, that is a mistake. I don't think that was forced by Memphis. That was just that was unforced by UCLA. Not sure how that happened. Either way, it's a break for the Tigers. That 3-ball is way off by Pons. And UCLA looking to run. They'll slow it down, though. Rulia Def. Over to Pitts. Does not go. Respectable alley-oop attempt. Just for the fact that it connected. But the finish wasn't there. Pons back at the top of the key. Again, gets the screen. Tries to roll around. Pass inside. Doesn't go. Love has been so dangerous today. Working his way in through the contact. Finishes. Doesn't even need the whistle. Deontay Love has been electric today. Blocks over to Wolf, who's in the corner. Pass in. Pons, big block. Wolf collects, though, and that one is missed as, again, the feed just sort of cuts out. I don't know why it's happening. I apologize. Corner, ball, 3-ball, got it. UCLA up by double digits once again. Wolf at the right elbow. Memphis has hit a wall and locked in 2-ball. No, but he is fouled by Pitts. Not the most ideal situation there as Pitts, Love, and Ball are all off the court. And see if Memphis made any changes. Maybe they did. Not that I can see, though. Good first free throw by hand, locked in. Keyshawn Moss is back in the game. Duncan Powell is in. And then Patrick Kelly is in too, but that free throw, no go for hand, locked in. Here's Patrick Kelly, the rat transfer from Fordham. Tall winger who loses the ball. Pons trying to find his way in, and it will miss. As Patrick Kelly almost got the chase down block on him, but did enough to alter that shot. Moss inside. Powell, 2-ball, got it. So he grad transferred from one of those, like, North Carolina. It's like NCATU, I believe. Something like that. I just don't know the exact pronunciation. Probably because they're irrelevant, I'm not going to lie. That hook shot off the glass does not go in. Moss gets the screen, rolls around, draws the contact, and one. And that is the 4th foul for Rowe Blocks. That's a crucial score for somebody coming off the bench. UCLA leads by 15 with 6 minutes and change remaining in the game. And now the timeout by Memphis to hopefully restabilize. But, man, UCLA caused a whole lot of damage. Bit too much. And that timeout should have been called earlier. And folks, by the way, I'm going to tell you all this right now. I've been thinking about it in regards to the current schedule right now for the next 2 games. And I'm going to have to do some shifting. And we're not going to shift anything back. We're actually going to move things a bit closer to now. In fact, let me make this official. Due to how this is all going in terms of the timing, and also because of what my schedule is looking like tomorrow, I'm going to have to now drive my younger sister to the airport so that she can get her early morning flight over to where one of my family members is, because she's going to go over there for spring break, as Memphis gets the ball right there, as they also scored on the previous possession. So because of that, I'm going to have to switch up plans, meaning I am moving officially the Tennessee versus preseason number 17 Gonzaga game up to right after this one. And then the Washington versus Baylor game will be happening at the latest 10 p.m. It might even be earlier than that. So just to let all of you know, that is the plan. Meanwhile, Memphis' plans, trying to make the comeback with less than 6 minutes to go. And Jordan Reeves misses that second free throw. He got the first one, though. 12-point lead only now for UCLA. Just got to hold firm. Good pass inside. 2-ball, way off for Ball. And pass inside for Williamson. Layup will trickle down for him. 10-point game now with 5 minutes to go. Memphis smelling water in the blood as they have scored the last 5 points. That's a beautiful pass, and it will bounce in for DeLeonte Love, who was playing so composed today. UCLA already has 85 points, and we got a whole bunch of time still. Layup will go for Springer off a broken play right there that UCLA failed to maximize. They were able to get the strip, but had no one there to pick it up. Good play to get past half court. Oh! Love lost the ball and got it back. Wild passing here, and wow, that's something right there. LeVar Ball somehow hitting that shot. It's crazy. Already doing better than his previous decade's performance when he played college ball. Speaking of it, that's his fourth foul. So UCLA is now going to have to bring in probably Jack Manny, if I had to guess. Or not. They're going to keep LeVar Ball on the floor. And here's Reeves, the talented freshman who is just having difficulty at the free throw line currently. And he misses both. Memphis' troubles at the free throw line have definitely been holding them back. Pass out. Pass into the paint. Wow. I'm not sure how that got through, but again, DeLeonte Love is the one there that's finishing these possessions for the Bruins. Memphis has got to move fast. Wolf. They're taking their sweet time. I'm not sure how they can really afford that. Bounce pass in. 2-ball. It goes for Jordan Reeves. And Kenny's going to blow right by the attempted double. Love. Pressured. He's going to give it off. That's a beautiful pass to Kenny, who unfortunately misses that one. That was a great pass over to him. Got a few minutes left in this one. Reeves, not a perimeter threat. That's something that he's going to have to try and develop throughout his time. That's a deep ball by Williamson, who almost got that one down and spun out on him. Pass over. Feed got interrupted again as Ball misses the mid-range shot. Definitely going to try and fix this for before the next game. That 2-ball spins out on him. Memphis once again going on a cold spell. Really a death. Pass over to Kenny. 2-ball is swatted. What a block. Memphis trying to keep themselves in it defensively, but time is running low. They're down by 12. Double. Switched up. That's a deep 2 for Wolf. That's off the mark. Love from 3. No. Offensive rebound by Ball, though. And the UCLA crowd believes they have gotten the job done with that one. Pass inside. 2-ball is off again. Memphis. The well has just run dry on them. Impressive work by the Bruins. Switching it up. Love. 2-ball. They will go for him. UCLA, if they wanted to, could hit a hundo. Memphis on a scoreless drought as that ball is tipped away. As they'll somehow still pick it up after all of that. Reeves, floater, wild one, no. Rebounded by Pitts. They have just lost complete control. 1 minute to go. This one, I think, is over. Kenny with a three, no. But yeah, this one is done. Just not enough. And the refusal to shoot threes and another two missed. Williamson will get that one up and in, though. Memphis just defaulting to that pressure. But again, they just do not have the time. And Pitts will get over. Love, pass. Pitts, hop step through. It will bounce in for him. Impressive work by the Bruins as that final turnover will seal it. Shot clock is off, although they lose it right there. But there's definitely not enough time for Memphis to do anything. They might hoist up 1-3, not even. Just a drive just to get above 80. But this one is over. Man, if UCLA can keep up an offensive performance like this over the season, they'll definitely challenge for a Pac-12 title. From Memphis, it's just about learning about the kind of crew they have. Write that W in the books for the Bruins for their preseason. And what a game by De'Leonte Love. Williamson with the double-double off the bench. Impressive game by a team who's definitely hoping to do more this time around. Very experienced squad. That means business. So like I said, I'm aiming for around 2 o'clock for the Tennessee and Gonzaga game. So with that said, folks, we'll be back. Hopefully y'all don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Tennessee and Gonzaga.